or take it. So choose your own brew. Take a break and savor life in its rich aroma. Samahan nyo kami, dahil a cup of life is best enjoyed with friends. Welcome to the Parable Cafe. Brewing inspiration, one cup of story at a time. Every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Akong bahala sa iyo, kaibigan ko.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Are you feeling sore? We can make that better. Tune in to the Ateneo Senior High School's first radio program, SOAR, the Seniors On Air Radio. Don't change that channel yet, because SOAR is ready to put the you in you. SOAR, Seniors On Air, here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo Katipunan, news, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan, down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan, the voice of the Blue Eagle. Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Tara na't simulan ng inyong umaga sa mga magagandang refleksyon tungkol sa ating buhay at pananampalataya. Kasama sina Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, Father J. Boy Gonzales at Father Nono Alfonso ng Kapisanan ni Jesus, Father Cali Llamado ng Manila Cathedral at Binibining Risa Singson Kaupeng ng Light of Jesus Community dito sa Kapit Pandasal sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. We are now on YouTube. Watch all of our live episodes plus exclusive content in our channel at Radyo Katipunan FM. Don't forget to click subscribe and hit the bell to get the latest updates. Radyo Katipunan, news, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan, down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan, the voice of the Blue Eagle.
Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpa at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng pera. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugo, todo sa kayod, tunong at tulong. Lipad na Blue Eagle, galing giting at tigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
If it's entertainment you crave,
Catch us on
New Wave. Surfing through the latest on our shores.
every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
See you there. Hello everyone, and good afternoon. Coming to you live on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM via Zoom. I'm Max, and when it comes to what's happening, I'll serve you the facts. So please take this hour to sit back and relax because this is new wave. So, how has everyone been? It's my first time sitting here and doing this live in a very long time because of thesis. So, I'm so happy to be back with this very familiar excitement of speaking live. So, great. This is a very cute reunion. So, anyway, joining me today is an up and coming singer from Music. You've seen her before as Annie, you've seen her many movies, and now you will listen to her very chill, very cool, and very Gen Z appropriate beats. So, everyone, please welcome Krystal Brimner. Hi, Krystal.
Hi everyone, it's so nice to be here, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about the whole album and the EP.
We're very excited to talk about it too. But before that, how have you been? So outside of your career first, like how have things been for you personally?
Personally, it's been kind of tiring because I'm also balancing school and
Oh,
work
of
at the
course.
same time. But I've gotten used to it, so
Mm,
pretty good.
that's great. So do you have any tips to share to us students who also need to learn how to balance our time and manage it?
Well, for me, I usually do my school late at night, which is
Oh,
not
same.
good because it
Yeah.
ruins, I mean, it ruins my sleeping schedule, but at least I get my work done, and that's what matters the most.
I felt that. And sometimes I feel like when it comes to schoolwork, especially, late at night is when my brain works the best
Yeah.
academically. Right? Like if you have free time in the afternoon and you're like, you can technically do it, but your brain is just not there. Unlike when you're doing it late at night.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Something though that we will need to find a way to make healthier. So anyway, let's go back to the very beginning of your career. You started at a very young age. You were 9, right?
Very young, like nine
Yes.
years old. I started in theater, and
Mm-hmm.
then from there I did films, and then now I'm on
Mm-hmm.
ASAP every Sunday. So
Oh.
yeah.
Yes, you're very busy. So let's go back to that very beginning. I remember you were on Annie, and then you were in this movie called Honor Thy Father. And like we keep saying, you were very young. You were 9. You were literally a kid. So how did your love for acting start? And what was the thing that got you interested?
Um, Really weird. For Annie, when I auditioned for it, I
Mm-hmm.
just saw it on the TV that they were looking for
Mm.
an Annie. And I was like, I want to audition. Knowing me as a child, I didn't have any experience yet. I didn't have
Oh,
workshops, but
yeah.
I somehow landed the role Annie.
Amazing.
And from there, Annie was kind of like my workshop already. It was
Mm-hmm.
already training for me, because I learned how to nurture my talent in singing, acting, and
Mm-hmm.
dancing at the same time.
Yeah.
And then after that, I did my first movie, Honor Thy Father.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Actually, no, Honor Thy Father was before
It
Annie.
was, yeah, it came first.
Yeah, because I had to shave my head for the movie,
Oh,
Honor Thy
wow.
Father.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got the role Annie, I had the perfect length hair because it was like really
Yeah.
short. So yeah, pretty crazy, but I loved acting ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'll continue to love it.
Of course. I read that it was actually your first love. Now, I'm sure your process has changed from when you were a kid to now that you're a teenager. And I've been told that kids are usually the best actors because they have so much less to be conscious about because they're kids. You like to play, there are less inhibitions, there are less things that you preoccupy yourself with, especially in the age we live in now. So, would you say that this is true?
In a way, yes, but
Mm-hmm.
also acting, I mean, for me now that I'm a
Mm-hmm.
teenager, it's a lot more critical. I have to do more
Mm,
critical
yeah.
thinking, not like when I was a kid where I was just given this role and I just did whatever I wanted
Mm-hmm.
because I was a child and I didn't really know. But now that I'm a teenager, it's definitely a little harder,
Mm-hmm.
because I have to actually have put emotions in it.
Mm.
But it's definitely an easy thing for me to do naman, so which is good.
Yeah, that's good. And you have like a lot of roles lined up lined up for you. So we'll get to that a little later. But before that, what would you say are the biggest differences between acting on stage and for the camera?
So definitely acting on stage for me is one of my favorites, because you basically do it in one take. You don't
Yeah.
get to go on again and fix whatever mistake you made.
Mhm.
Um, but for TV acting or like movie acting, there's cuts, there's breaks, and you can like fix
Okay.
something. But for some reason, I definitely prefer theater acting just because I
Okay.
like doing it all in one
Mm-hmm.
take where I'm actually like feeling the role in the moment.
Okay. That's very interesting. So, what is it about acting that you love so much? Like specifically, what's the one thing about it?
Um, I guess I like feeling or like knowing the fact na I can also affect people with my acting. For example, if I were to do a dramatic role and I would have to make the audience cry, it's very
Mm.
interesting for me to see them feel how I feel as an actress.
Oh,
So I think that's definitely one of my favorite parts.
nice, nice. So earlier, you mentioned you were on ASAP. You're part of the Ask trio. So how has that been, especially like coming fresh from the pandemic and the series of lockdowns?
Now that I'm on ASAP, Ask
Mhm.
isn't as much. I mean, we
Mm.
aren't performing as much anymore together.
Oh, okay.
Not like before the pandemic, but
Mm-hmm.
we're all collectively we're still there. It's
Yeah.
just that we're not together performing. But
Okay.
coming from the pandemic and now performing on ASAP is definitely so fun for me because unlike Sheena and AC, they went to perform during the
Mm.
pandemic because they could, but I had to wait until I turned a certain age to start working
Oh,
again.
okay.
So it was very fun to be back all together with everyone in the ASAP family.
Oh, that sounds fun. So great. Now let's go to your music. So where did your love for music start?
It started in school.
In school.
Like during when I was like preschool and kindergarten, I used to join those singing competitions in
Ah.
school. And I would always end up winning the competitions for some reason.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
and I would like compete against other top schools, which was really crazy. And yeah, that's where it kind of all started.
All right. So now let's talk about your EP. So tell us about it. Tell us about your process for it, or at least get the ball rolling and introduce your EP how you would want to.
Yes, so my EP, Krystal Brimner, is out. It's actually titled Krystal Brimner,
Mm.
because I didn't really want to put a name on it yet. I just wanted to
Oh,
make it
okay.
my name,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of different, I think. And I have 5 tracks in the whole EP, and some are written by my fellow Star Music co-writers, and one song is written by me. But
Mm.
my key track is Let Me Be Me.
Yeah, I was listening to it right before this, but for you, we'll start this on your terms. Which song do you feel like speaks to you the most? And that's what we'll unpack first.
Let Me Be Me definitely is my favorite song in the whole EP.
Yeah, actually, when I was listening to Let Me Be Me, it reminded me of something you said in a previous interview where one of your goals, like for your career, is to be an inspiration for others. And I think that message really comes across with this song. So, for you, like as a singer, as an actress, as a performer, how do you actively try to reach this goal? Like, how do you see yourself serving as an inspiration for others? And what are things that you actively do to be a positive influence?
So I definitely since I get to perform on ASAP every Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of do it through there. Like I perform for people, I perform for them,
Mm-hmm.
and not for myself. Um,
Oh, okay.
because I want to inspire them to if anyone wants to be in the same industry as me, I
Mhm.
want to inspire them that they can just keep working hard. It definitely isn't easy, and that's kind of like the
Mhm.
message that I want to portray.
All right. So, what are the things that you tell yourself to keep going? Because I see now that you're a person who really you really like to, how do I put this? You're one who sing, as you said, you sing for others. But what about like for yourself? What are the things that you tell yourself to keep you grounded or like to maintain this attitude?
Well, since I have love for
Mm-hmm.
performing, it's definitely the most important part. I think I love what I do, and
That's what's important.
yeah,
Mm.
even if it gets hard, or if even if I have a hard time, it's definitely still something that I just keep wanting doing it. And I don't know how I keep wanting to do it, but I just love it so much that I keep doing it.
But you know, you're a person who's very persevering and you have grit. Based on like the stories I read from you, you really don't give up no matter what challenges are thrown at you. You just keep going and going. So what advice can you give to people who kind of need that push to tell themselves like, okay, I have to get through this. I have to persevere, especially for like our audience of college kids where we're always just like, oh no, we have to get through this.
Um, Well, I honestly, the most important thing to me is my family.
Mm.
And I like um what do you call this? I like um I
You
like
got this.
being yeah. Okay. So the most important thing to me is my family because they inspire me. They inspire
Mm.
me so much to keep going.
Mm.
So for everyone who just needs a little push, just go to your family, and they'll be there for you. And to the influences that you have, like on social media, if there's someone that you like to look at, then look at them and just get that inspiration from them.
Nice, nice. I saw that you always bring up your family as being like the best support system that you have. So for you, like as a teenager, like what would you tell someone your age or a little older about keeping a good relationship like with their parents and their siblings? And sometimes like people tend to like butt heads, especially now, like coming out of a time where we were always together. So some people feel like they started clashing with their family members. But for you, how would you keep your environment with your family healthy?
Well, I like being very what do you call this? Close with them. Like
Mm.
for example, if we in our living space, we're very close knit to each other,
Ah, yes.
which helps the relationship, I think. And
Mhm.
even if I have like a big gap within my sisters, we kind of like get each other in a way, which is
Mm.
really good, I think. And that's kind of like how we keep our relationship going. And with my parents, they've always supported me ever since I was really, really young. And I can't thank them more for that, for not intervening with my talents. They just kept going, and they kept telling me to keep going, Crystal, which is really good. And I'm very thankful and grateful to have parents like them.
Yeah, I think my setup is actually similar. Like it's just me, my parents, I don't have siblings, and our dog. So we're also like naturally very close. We're like a barkada because we're small. All four of us, including the dog. So yeah, we're very lucky to have that arrangement. So a while ago you brought up like you can get inspiration from figures you look at on social media. And this reminded me of your song, Like What I See, which for me had a very relevant message for people our age. So can you unpack this song next?
Like What I See was actually written by Jada Avanzado,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a song that was given to me by Star Music. And when I read the song and when I heard it, I was like, this is perfect. I think it resonates with
Yeah.
me and how I feel. And the song is all about, looking at yourself or looking at other people, and you
Mm-hmm.
just admire them, or you just
Yeah.
admire yourself so much that you just keep going. So that's basically what I see is all about.
It's good that you see these people, like these online figures, as inspiration and not competition. I think that's something very important that our generation especially should remember. That like we should all try to uplift each other and that we should all try to like get inspiration from each other instead of trying to tear each other down. Because like one person's win isn't a loss for you. Right? So very positive song. So next up. your song called Higher, I found this so catchy. So, and you have mentioned that it's a song that you find yourself relating to a lot, especially in your career path. So, can you take this up for us?
So higher to me is all about just keep going. Basically
Mhm.
all my songs have the keyword keep going.
Yes, yes, they do.
They're very uplifting songs.
Yeah.
I don't have any sad songs, not yet.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna bring that up, but anyway, continue.
higher is all about keeping myself higher to the goal that I want. Know that
Okay.
I feel like I'm already where I want to be right now. I feel like I can just keep going a little
Yeah.
further,
Mhm.
but still keeping myself grounded.
Of course.
So that's basically what's higher all about.
Nice. As always, as with your other songs, the message is also very nice and something that people of our generation can learn from. Now, before we head into the song that you wrote, and I know that you're very good at this, having a background in musical theater, but how would you describe the difference between singing your own words and words that aren't yours?
Mm. Well, for me, when I get songs given
Mm-hmm.
to me, I kind of like I try to put myself in the situation of whoever
Mm-hmm.
wrote the song. And if I relate to it, then I'll just, I'm
Yeah.
lucky enough to give life to the songs, and it's really up to me if I
Yeah.
will make people feel that. So I
Mm-hmm.
really when I recorded the songs, I really tried to, put my feelings into it while
Yeah.
singing it, which was really fun for me. So yeah.
All right. So, are you ready to talk about Trippin'?
Woo! Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
So Trippin'. Basically, this is the first song I ever
Mhm.
wrote. Basically, the whole writing process was very quick. I randomly wanted to write one night, and I was like, you know what? I'll write a song. So randomly. So
And
random.
look, it's at night again. Something we mentioned earlier.
So randomly, and I finished the song in like less than a week.
Oh wow.
I found
Really
it
quick.
really fun. I found it
Mm-hmm.
really fun. Even though it's not something I'm very good at yet at writing, it definitely was a fun process. And with the story of the song, I basically made the song for people to relate to who are in like friendly relationships where
Mm-hmm.
you kind of feel like the feelings are up and down, you're never
Yes.
sure where the
Mm-hmm.
relationship is going. So basically that's what Trippin' is all about.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of pining and longing, and it was very relatable for people of our generation. And I know that you are influenced by people like Sabrina Carpenter and Ariana Grande, and I think I really, really, really heard it in this song. So you did a good job with that.
Thank
Actually, so yeah, congrats on that. Okay, so I don't know if this would still apply to you given how fast you wrote this song, but how would you get out of writer's block?
Actually, I had my sister's help with me.
Oh, okay.
Because I have two sisters. They're
Mm-hmm.
twins actually, and they're much older than me. So I felt like
Mm-hmm.
they could help me with the writing and everything.
Oh,
So
that's cool. Mm.
when I couldn't write like a certain phrase, they would like think of what to write. So they helped me with the whole process
Mm.
of tripping.
That's cute and that sounds so fun.
It
Like it
actually was fun.
became like a sisterly activity. So, okay, like we said, you wrote this. It's a very personal experience for you. How do you choose what to share in your writing?
Well, there's definitely certain parts that are more for people to relate to and not
Mm-hmm.
certainly always about me. I
Mm-hmm.
use my songs for people to relate to, and I don't write about everything in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about for the people. Yeah.
For the people. So that's how you choose, like things that can be relatable. All
Yes.
right. So, will we ever get a song from you that would be more like a diary entry?
Um, Maybe, but it definitely for me if I were to do that, it definitely wouldn't be a sad or a slow song.
Mm.
It would definitely be like a pop like revenge song or something.
Something like this. Okay. We will be waiting for that. Now, in the week that you wrote Tripping, walk us through your process. So from the time you got the idea to the time you asked your sisters for help, all the way to the time that you finished.
The process was so quick to the point that
Mhm.
I don't really remember how it happened and how it got added into my EP. I just randomly pitched it to
Mhm.
Star Music, and they were like, "Crystal, we have to add this into the EP." I'm like, "Oh, really? Okay." I just made them listen to
Funny.
it. Like I didn't think that
Mhm.
it would go anywhere. I just wanted them for their like approval if it was nice or if like
Yeah.
is something that I should do more.
Mhm.
But it got added into the EP, which is like the craziest part about the whole thing.
That's such a happy surprise.
Definitely.
Right. So, okay, before you write, how do you prepare? Like, would you say you have a routine? Like, you finish homework first, or do you take a walk first? Anything like that?
Nope, I had no routine. I was just bored, I think. And I wasn't doing much, so I was like, you know what, I'll
Mhm.
just write a song.
All right. So, I think there's one more song off the EP called Young.
Mhm.
Yes, please unpack it for
So
us.
young is basically all about staying young because I'm very young. I'm only 15, and
Yeah.
yet people still perceive me as like I'm older, which I get
Mhm.
because I don't really look like I'm 15, which I understand as well. But I also want people to remember that just because I don't look my age, it doesn't mean that they can judge me for the way that I
Yeah.
act, I dress. It's just
Mhm.
my self-expression, and I hope people would understand that more.
Okay, that's so Crystal, thank you for sharing everything you know about your EP, all of your thoughts and feelings, and for unpacking the songs with us. We're not going to end yet, but please invite people to stream your EP.
Yes, so everyone, please stream my EP. It's still out. I mean, it's always going to be out on Spotify and all digital streaming platforms worldwide. And if you also want to watch music videos or lyric visualizers, you can check that out on Star Music's YouTube channel. You can also follow me on my social medias. Instagram is Krystal Brimner and Krystal Brimner for the rest of my socials.
Great. Now, on the topic of your socials, I know that you have a vlog and you run your TikTok. So, how do you balance all of this with your music career and your acting career?
Well, it's very easy since I'm not as busy right
Mm-hmm.
now. So I can still post and I'm always active on TikTok. It's like my fun activity to do when I'm also bored.
Yeah.
So TikTok's like my pastime kind of thing. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
very active on there.
Cool, cool. Okay, so I see your get ready with me videos. What's one makeup or beauty hack that you swear by that everyone should try?
I think using hairspray. It's hairspray
Oh,
is very versatile, but don't spray it on your face.
of course, of
Um,
course.
I mean, like you can use it on your eyebrows.
Really?
Yeah, you can keep them up with
Yeah.
hairspray, and you can also use it on like your baby hairs. Um, yeah, I think hairspray is a very versatile product.
Wow, okay. I didn't know you could do that, but that's pretty cool. All right, so our time is almost up, but before we go, what do you want the world to know about Crystal Brimner?
Um,
This can be anything at all. It could even be funny, so anything you want.
Krystal Brimner, I am very versatile. I can be put in any position and I could always adapt to it very easily. So I hope that people will know that about
Mm.
me more. And that I am going to be known someday, somehow.
You're getting there, and you're doing a very good job with your work. So, back to your career also, we're going to head into a bit of the advice section. What's one non music piece of advice that has helped you in your career so far? especially with everything you need to balance?
Well, mostly it's this advice has always come from my mom, and she's always like, no matter where you are in life, you always just keep your feet on the ground, and
Of
that
course.
phrase always has resonated with me, to remember where I came from, and to always thank the people who get me to this point.
Nice, nice. So we know that you're a very versatile performer. You sing, you act, you do it all. So what's a random piece of advice, like a random thing from singing or from acting that has actually become or can become good life advice? So an example of this that I always give is some singers have told me take a deep breath before you walk in or find your light. So what about for you?
Ooh, an advice, to maybe for this one comes from acting,
Mm-hmm.
and to put yourself in people's shoes.
Yeah,
You can never just judge people just based of how they look. So definitely put yourself in their shoes, and try to understand how they are.
great, great. You want to challenge yourself and give something from music?
For music, yeah, no. I
Okay,
can't
I
think of
got
one.
you. I got you. So to lighten things up, what is your hidden talent?
My hidden talent, I don't have a. I think my hidden talent is I like to eat, and that's a lot. I like to eat a lot. There.
Same, same sis. I get you. What's your favorite food?
I love pasta. That's my favorite food.
Oh, same, same. Oh, can't ever get enough of pasta. All right. So our time is almost up. What is next for you? Like, what are your upcoming projects? So, apart from your EP that has just come out, your next guestings, your next movies, the roles you have lined up, tell us about it.
Yes, but so I have actually Wish Bus later at
Mm-hmm.
Arcovia Pasig City at 7 p.m. So you guys can watch me perform three of my songs from my EP. And also I have upcoming teleserie, and I also have a movie which will start shooting next year.
Oh,
So I'm very excited to share all these things with you guys. And yeah.
great. Well, we're looking forward to them and we're rooting for you, especially later. Break a leg.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we say goodbye to you and before we say goodbye to our audience, please allow me to thank a few people first, and then I'm going to tell you to once again remind people of where to find you and to stream your music. All right, so before we say goodbye to everyone in the audience and to our guest, please allow me to thank a few people first because this has been New Wave. So thank you to James for handling today's broadcast and for Sir Justin for his support for this episode. So thank you once again to our audience for joining us today. We're hoping that the streams clear up later during the replays and of course for the rest of the week. We look forward to seeing you all next week. Once again, it's a new month. It's going to be October. It's spooky season, so there are a lot of things to look forward to. Thank you also to the Star Magic team. Thank you to Ja and thank you to Miss Diane for helping us get this episode together. Now, don't miss out. Follow us on Instagram at newwave.rk to stay updated. Head over to our Facebook page called New Wave and join the Facebook community group for replays, additional content, engagements, and ways you can get featured on the show. So the links will be posted once Facebook is cleared out. You can catch a replay of this episode on YouTube today. It may be posted on Facebook when things clear up again. Regardless, it will be up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Anchor under the name New Wave as a podcast. But most of all, thank you to our guest, Krystal Brimner, for joining us today and sharing your journey with us. So we'll be rooting for you. Good luck with all of your projects, especially the one later. Now, the floor is yours to say everything you want to say to our viewers, and of course, tell them again where to find you.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank everyone so much for coming on and listening about the whole EP. And I am so excited for you guys to hear it if you haven't yet. Don't forget, you can still stream it on all digital streaming platforms worldwide, and you can watch the music videos on Star Music's YouTube channel. You can also catch me later on the Wish Bus at Arcovia Pasig City at 7 p.m. and I'll be singing three songs from my whole EP. And you can follow me on my social medias. Again, Krystal Brimner on Instagram and all of the rest of my social medias.
All right. Thank you, Krystal, for joining us. And of course, thank you once again to our audience. I'll see you again, live again, next week. So once again, I'm Max, and when it comes to what's happening, I'll serve you the facts. And this has been New Wave. Bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
If it's entertainment you crave,
Catch us on
New Wave. Surfing through the latest on our shores.
every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
See you there.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of